Yo, welcome to my channel Ward Draws a Lot. Obviously I'm Ward, or I wouldn't have named it Ward Draws a Lot. So every once in a while I get a really strong urge to just draw one of my OCs. Most of the time that OC is Nikki. So I wanted to do a full-blown illustration of him, and what I did for this process instead of my normal thing is I took the sketch onto Procreate, and I used as many references as I could so I could actually get some good body proportions and the way I want him down pat. After the sketch, I sent it over to the printer so I could put it down on a light pad and take my sketchbook and put the page over it so I could trace it over into the sketchbook. I really wanted it in there for some reason. I can't even give you a specific reason why, but I just did. I do wish, however, when I was placing the sketch paper under the sketchbook paper, that I took into account how big the sketchbook paper is in comparison and centered it on the page a little bit better, because it's a little low, but it's okay. We'll try and do that again next time. Okay, so anyway, besides that whole thing, I drew Nikki this week because he is my comfort character, and he genuinely is a character that whenever I draw him or think about scenarios with him or anything like that, he makes me feel better. So it was a rough week, and I was like, okay, let's draw Nikki to help compensate for the rough week. So for some of you who don't know what a comfort character is, it is literally just that. They're a character that either come from your own context, or like your OCs or the characters that you create, or characters from shows that make you feel comfortable, safe, happy, etc. And a lot of people will look to these characters for almost like a supportive coping mechanism, which is actually more common than I thought it was, because growing up I didn't think that having a comfort character was a normal thing, especially because you can't go up to people and be like, yeah, I have this character in my head and they make me happy. You can't do that, or like at least you couldn't do that nearly as much. I don't know if comfort characters are necessarily something that people talk about outside of the world of the internet, but I'm very willing to speak about my comfort character because that's exactly what they do, and I don't think there's anything wrong with people who also have comfort characters to help them get through hard times. It's kind of like when you go to a friend and you talk to them because you're having a rough day, and they help give you advice, or they just make you feel happier or stuff like that. It's kind of like the same concept, except it's just that this is not a real person. That's the only thing that I could put it at, is that it's just not a real person. And that's probably one of the reasons why I even created Nikki so far back 11, 12 years ago, is because it was very difficult to get out emotions. A lot of the time, especially for me, because I just had a lot of issues when it came to emotions and speaking to people or anything like that. So he was a character who was created for the purpose of where I could talk to someone if I needed it. And I feel like that's actually pretty normal in the world of coping mechanisms, because I think everybody has a different degree of coping mechanism. Some, admittedly, are better than others, but at the end of the day, something like a comfort character is a great way to deal with stressful situations, or just when you're down in the dumps, and they could be for literally any kind of situation. Even if you're already in a good mood and you have the comfort character to get you in an even better mood, I think that's completely validated as well. Now, if you are someone who does have a comfort character but you don't want to say anything about it, I think that's okay. It is, to a degree, weird in the normal public eye, but in all reality, everybody has a way they get out their emotions, and everybody does it differently. Some people draw comfort characters, some people watch certain shows, there's also people who buy stuff, and then there's like people who eat, and there's like just a whole bunch of things that can be considered a coping mechanism, and some, like I said earlier, are worse than others and could even be detrimental to your health. But when it comes to something as sensitive as finding a coping mechanism, I think everybody should try and find a healthy way to get out those emotions, and my healthy way just so happens to be drawing these characters, and that's okay with me. I'm perfectly fine with that because, like I said earlier, everyone has something different. And you shouldn't look at yourself a strange way because you have something like a character to hold comfort in. There's a lot of different ways people express emotions, and I have come to learn over time that I shouldn't almost like shit on myself for thinking I'm weird or strange because these characters exist within a realm in which I cannot reach, but also still take comfort in regardless. It's something that I think not everybody necessarily should do, like have a comfort character, but have something comforting in their lives to make them feel okay. Because we all need something. We're all human at the end of the day, and we all need that one thing that brings us solace. That if we go into that place, our happy place, or in the zone of something, we become almost like a true representation of ourselves, where we are in that moment and it feels like nothing can stop us, or nothing can make you upset or sad or anything like that. And I think that's like really cool that as a defense mechanism, humans have taken something of any nature and can create this idea of happiness out of it. And that's like so cool that we have the ability to utilize that. Oh, also, like, some comfort characters people have come from like shows and stuff, and I'll see it a lot online where people will take characters from anywhere and just be like, this is my comfort character because A, B, C, and D. And I think that's cool that the internet has given us that space almost to kind of show each other that you are not alone in this. Like, you can have a character in which you talk about because you feel nice and almost like wholesome about them for certain degrees. And a lot of the time, some people even pick comfort characters that aren't necessarily good people, but they just find comfort in them anyway, which I personally don't know about that because I don't have a character like that. But that's just like another way people utilize their comfort characters to help bring them that internal peace. I'd like to say peace, but I don't know. That's what it's like for me, but I don't know about others, but that's okay. If anyone else also has a comfort character and you're watching this, why not comment them or talk about them too if you would like to express them and how much you love them for that reason. And if you don't have a comfort character, that's also okay, I guess. Just say something that brings you comfort as well, because why not? Or just the things that make you happy. Okay, so now I want to talk about the drawing. I didn't know exactly what I wanted Nikki to do, and I was trying to find some good poses and references because I kind of struggle with making my characters too stagnant, and that annoys me, that I just don't go out the box far enough to make them do cool poses or whatever. So I tried to at least implement that here with him, and for the most part I did like the entire drawing. The only thing I really hate is him holding that can in that angle. It looks weird. The hand also looks weird, I think, because I did the fingers too skinny in comparison to the hand, and that made me sad afterwards. I was like, damn, I really messed up this hand. But I mean, otherwise I really liked the drawing, and it really made me happy after. It gave me the nice boost of serotonin that I needed. And maybe I'll draw him again just because I feel like drawing him again. But anyway, thanks for watching, and remember, I love you. Bye.